Hello, everyone, and welcome to Dice to Roll, the queerest Pathfinder podcast on the planet, where we ask the hard questions like, what is the 7th secret attribute?
Oh, God. I might be able to guess this. Okay, so strength, dexterity, constitution, intelligence, wisdom, charisma.
And what else?
It's on the tip of my tongue. It's right there. It's right there.
And cunt.
And cunt. That's charisma.
No.
Charisma.
Totally different.
Totally different.
I think, in my opinion, if I had to guess, it is a certain je ne sais quoi, right? That feels like the last one.
No. That's also charisma.
Also, if that was the thing, you would probably also have to shorten that. Like,
yeah.
I don't
Too many
think so.
words.
I think I should be like, yeah, that uses my je ne sais quoi stat.
Can it be like completely fucking mundane and be like, I don't know, taxes?
But taxes aren't like a part of who you are. It's something you do, right? That's
Well,
the thing. These are like
everything
innate
in
parts
life
of your humanity.
Everything in life is temporary aside from death and taxes. So it is
Yeah,
inherent
but-
to humanity.
No. You know that's not true. That's a bullshit. You're bullshit. Bullshit might be... No, that's charisma. God damn it. Everything's
No, that's
charisma.
Yeah.
charisma.
there's a lot of things that go in charisma.
Fuck. Everything. I
Ooh.
mean, they did a really good job at like making 6 things that cover pretty much everything, didn't they?
I think we have to focus on the physical side of things. What does strength, dexterity, and constitution not cover?
I don't know. Talent to fuck.
Yeah, I was thinking horny might be the stats.
Maybe.
People would still argue charisma, wouldn't they?
Yeah, but
Well,
I'm talking
hey,
more
no,
like...
I have one that is technically you'll be mad, but I think it doesn't fit the other stats, and it could be a stat, and it is hubris.
Hubris? Interesting. So, like, your pride, your, like, willingness to do stupid ballsy shit?
Yes.
It's true. It is the reverse of wisdom.
I really like
Am
that.
I wrong?
No, you're right.
That's pretty good. Hubris is a good one. Horny, I do feel it's not like, because charisma is like your wordplay, right? Like your oh, you know what? I have it.
What?
We're gonna steal from another great game, Disco Elysium.
Fantastic.
And the stat is electrochemistry, which is to say your body's needs and desires for sex and drugs most of the time. I think there should be a stat that you have to roll when it's like, God, I could use a drink right now. Fuck, I need a cigarette. God damn, I need to go jerk off. that would make
good.
To be frank, every fucking D&D 5e game I've ever been in plays like that is a stat, so.
Amen.
God, this is only slightly related. I wish there was a fucking tabletop or like video game, but like something that relies on the fucking 4 humors as like stats for your character.
That goes hard.
I need it so fucking bad, but nobody does it like me.
Nobody does it like you.
Did you know that Pathfinder, at least in the pre-master, there was a variant ability score, rule where they were like, here's a couple of alternative stats you can use instead of strength, con, whatever. And I have to be frank, I love
Frank.
whoever made this. This is, of all the rules never used in Pathfinder, this is never used the most. I would genuinely eat my hat if a single game has been played with these rules. Are we ready?
Mm-hmm.
So there's strength, except strength does everything strength does, and constitution. So you use your strength for melee weapons, unarmed attack rolls, damage rolls, athletics, hit points, fortitude saves, everything that both stats do. Constitution is gone. Okay?
Okay. It's reasonable, I guess, to simplify.
Charisma applies to will saves instead of wisdom.
Why?
Because wisdom is from a meta point of view, a little too good. That has a little too much, and charisma doesn't. Bit shit, if you ask me, but whatever.
Okay.
Intelligence is the same as is. And then this is the one that really gets me. This is the one that makes me go, They split dexterity into 2 stats.
What? Why? Huh?
It's dexterity, which is manual dexterity. It's your range attacks. It is your attack and damage rolls with finesse. It is thievery, etc., etc. And then there's a new stat, agility, which is your footwork, your AC, your reflex saves, your acrobatics checks, and your stealth checks. I don't know about this, guys.
That's fucking stupid.
I get where they're coming from, but they're just too similar. Like, I know it's probably a little more like, oh, and now every ability score is a little better.
That's dumb.
I don't. It's not great. Now let me tell you, if they had said that replace dexterity with dexterity and horny, then we'd be done. Okay.
Then it'd be fine, yeah.
Then it'd be fine, of course.
Of course.
And you can put in the sex spells.
True.
Either way, here's my pitch for how ability scores should work in Pathfinder 3rd Edition. Get rid of them. Don't need it.
Oh.
Okay. We don't need them. They add so little to the game. Just make it so that everyone's good at skills. Make every skill a stat, basically. Fuck you. Get off my dick. Don't look at me.
And so your ability to do something is purely just going to be luck now.
No, it's skill.
Yeah, but you're rolling a fucking die, Derry.
Yeah, with the skill modifier. Bro. Make the
if all skills are the same.
Proficiencies. You get to choose which skills you are proficient in and like push other stuff up. The base, strength, dex, whatever. It doesn't really matter. Just put those into the individual skills.
You're pissing me off.
No, listen, I'm a game designer. I make money for this. Okay, whatever. I have thoughts and opinions that you guys are not prepared to hear because I'll go on a rant for 3 hours about how skills, they're better than stats in every way. We don't need you have a +6 to strength. I don't give a shit. Just bake it directly into the skills. We don't need to add this extra level of and add your attribute. Just put it into the proficiency. Whatever.
You hear that, Paizo? Derry thinks you should kill yourself.
That's right. Luis, if you're Lizzo, if you're listening to this, I'm so sorry. Thank you. Thank you for giving me so many opportunities. I care deeply.
Yeah, you better be fucking careful. He's
on my fucking Discord. Knees, bowing, be like, dude.
Pretty good.
Dude, there was a while ago before Shining Kingdoms. There was a little while ago before Shining Kingdom's author list was publicly revealed, where I insinuated I knew something more than most people, and Luis came into chat and replied to my post with a meme, and I was like, ah! He didn't care. It's fine. But for a moment, I was like, oh no. Anyway,
that was pretty good. That is pretty good.
Anyway, shall we get into the game?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. When we last left our adventurers in the Abomination vaults, Fiore, Ulrich, and Silk made their way back into the dungeon for the first time in a few days. After exploring a little while and uncovering a mind-swapping slot monster, they were able to make their way deep underground to the 9th floor out of 10 of the Abomination vaults. It was here that they found the entire city of Yldaris, a home to countless elves from the cavern world. They came to the castle of Yldaris and met with its queen, the relatively rough and tumble Quora Azanray, descendant of Volok Azanray. Originally planning to poison you and have you killed on behalf of Belcora, when she realized that you really were able to destroy the Ghost Queen and leave the city safe once and for all, Queen Azanray made a difficult choice and pledged to help you do so. She let you know that her father, the previous king of Yldaris, had a hunch about something involving the lenses that you are tracking down. Adding to this suspicion were her two twin prophets, a pair of mages who gave you a minor prophecy telling you that something had happened out in the swamp, and returning those lenses together were the only way to defeat Belcora. With this in your mind, you know that the giants that live on the edge of this city and beyond in the underground swamp below will have one of the lenses, and then the lens once held by Yldaris, nobody knows where it is now, but surely it must be down here somewhere. The Fogfen Few, you will need to explore this floor, seeking out this relic of Belcora, in order to finally put an end to a plan 500 years in the making. And so, fellas, how are we feeling about hopping in right now?
Pretty good.
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Fiore, Ulrich, and Silk. The three of you are, I think, standing outside the castle of Yldaris. This place, it's not just Otari that will fall if you fail. Do you think that Belcora will keep these people alive when she could have an army of more undead? Do you think she'll do so when she finds out that the Queen sided with the Fogfen Few? There are two lenses out there beyond the city walls, and you need to retrieve them. How you do so is in your hands. So, I bow my heads to you. Fogfen Few, how do you do?
Don't ever rhyme again.
I'm a poet and I didn't even know
it. Silk stands outside with the other two, and he's kind of got his arms crossed. And actually, no, I don't think he has his arms crossed. I think that he's got his book out and that he's writing down what it is that they've just learned about, everything. Silk has been really interested also in just how things are down here. I think that he really is kind of enamored with Yldaris, but with like a few more strokes of the pen, he kind of looks up at Fiore and Ulrich.
Well, lots of information to take in.
Quite.
2 more lenses. We have an idea of where they are, which is much better than we were hours ago.
That's
Step up,
true.
I'd say.
And we're alive, which is a plus.
Oh, right, yeah. That is...
That's a wonderful part of this outcome.
I would have hated to die down here.
Definitely not an
Save me having to
outcome
go across the water.
any of us would want for each other.
What should we do first?
Derry, one of the lenses you said was like across... They went across a lake. What was it again?
So what you were basically told is that at some point the previous king of Yldaris and the heir apparent of Yldaris, which, sidebar, fucking wild thing to be like, yeah, the king and the future queen are both gonna go out into dangerous territory alone. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Insane
Yikes.
thing to do. But they apparently went across a lake seeking something out, and they were slain by the other king on this floor, the king of the giants.
Okay.
I'm not too thrilled about the clues that we have about where they are, but clues are clues.
I mean, we have some pretty strong leads. It's just...
But I will be honest. Whatever it is that gets us out of here, I will be happy.
I'm sure you would be happy. I understand why they're not out in the open, but I'd love for them to be waiting on a pedestal with a velveted pillow beneath them, just for me.
I don't like this place.
Ah, well, He isn't here. It's okay.
But she was going to poison you and shit.
Well, that's all in the past now. Water under the bridge, Borbo. Come on, let's move on. Step up.
Girl!
That was only a few minutes ago.
Borbo slumps.
You heard her. She didn't want to kill us. And she didn't. Borbo.
Every day that I get further away from being under Master Volk's thumb, I become more aware that this was a shitty situation, and I do not want to be around. Because what if secretly they also hate Borbo?
Why would they hate you?
Evil.
Suspicion can be healthy, but too much can be venomous. Borbo.
Plus, Borbo, you're a lovable scamp. There is nothing to hate about you.
You are quite green and quite cute.
That's true.
I don't know about these fellows.
I just
About
think
compliments or about the situation?
Any of these. Borbo is scared, Borbo is stressed.
Oh, well, you
my
have
God.
us. We're not going to let anything happen to you. We promise.
Listen,
You promise?
we promise. Listen, Borbo. If you have a great upper hand here, if we turn out to be wrong, you get to say that you told us so.
But why would I want to do this? I would prefer to
Because
be
it's
right.
satisfying to be correct. I would know.
Okay.
Not that you will be, but, you know, just in case, keep it in your back pocket.
Mm.
And as Borbo sulks a little bit, you guys have a decision to make. What are you guys going to do? Because you have the whole of Yldaris to explore, or you can make your way out into the dungeon. The hunting grounds await.
Grounds away.
Hmm.
Before they go anywhere, I think Silk closes his book. He puts it back on his hip. And he's like,
Maybe we should see if we can stockpile on anything before we head out. It's not every day you come across a city underground.
that's
That
true.
might be a good idea. I'm honestly running a little low on arrows as well, so.
Okay, well, the great news is this is a massive city with basically everything you could want from for a shopping experience. Now, we're not going to do a shopping episode by any means, but you guys can all basically, if you tell me what kind of shops you're looking for, we can like find some stuff that might be helpful or interesting. So, are you all splitting up, going looking for different stuff?
yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
so.
Okay. Well, who would like to go first? And either tell me what you'd like to go shopping for, or I'll tell you a few shops you run past.
Obviously, I want something magic. I'm not quite sure what.
Okay. Well, I can start with you while the others think if you like.
Yeah.
Okay. Silk, you make your way through the streets of Yldaris. And I will say, this place, it is enchanting, to say the least. You need to have a light spell, because they don't have, they don't like light the streets. They don't need to. These elves have adapted to living in the dark, you know?
Yeah.
So you do get a couple of stairs as you are walking around with a ball of light. You look into the windows of bookstores, and you can see that all the paper is made out of desiccated fungus. You see potion shops which are brewing like glowing bioluminescent drafts. You can see places selling staves, places selling scrolls, spell books, potions, a couple of magic boutiques, and less magic boutiques if you'd like to pick up like a pair of those beautiful boots that a lot of the cavern elves wear. Very cowboy.
Ooh.
There's places selling magic tattoos. There's places selling spell books and grimoires, talismans. whatever it is you're looking for, you'll find some variation of it here.
Oh shit. Actually, you know what? Magic tattoos, you say?
Yes, there's quite a couple of very interesting ones.
Okay.
So, let me see. Let me pull this up. You come across a store, which I think is called Mercury's Marks. And I think we see a cavern elf inside. She is tatted up with silvery tattoos that kind of glint with magic energy. As you walk in, you see her leafing through a book and using a finger to kind of like move the page without touching it, again with those tattoos glinting as she does so. And as soon as she sees you, she kind of steps up and says, well, we don't often have elves of your type around here. Are you a surface elf?
How could you tell?
You're a lot more, shall we say, sun-kissed than us, she says, gesturing to her own, like, pale lavender skin, which has never seen the sun.
God.
Guilty.
Well, are you here for a tattoo? I've never had a chance to work on this kind of vellum before. She kind of, like, gestures to your hand, almost like a little bit impressed by what's going on in them.
God, he loves this.
He's getting so much attention.
Yeah, he fucking loves the attention. Is this place like decorated at all?
Yes, I think so. There's a lot of hanging stuff, right? A lot of like very cool whatever the fuck's around here.
Silk is kind of like walking along the wall of the room, and he's kind of just like looking elsewhere, maybe touching something very lightly, and he's like,
I am interested in arcane tattoos. I did have plans for some, but I'm realizing it might be a little bit silly to save my first time for them.
My opinion is that you should always go with what makes you most feel yourself. You don't need to wait for some grand first tattoo. What you need to find is something that feels right, and when it feels right. And if now feels right, well, I will be happy to give you a hand.
Let me see what you have. Or your work, if you wouldn't mind.
Of course. And I think she does have a few tattooed onto pieces of like vellum of like monsters, and there are some really interesting ones. So let's see. There's a bewitching bloom, which is a tattoo of a flower, and you can have that blossom. It animates essentially to make you better at speaking to other people, and it allows you to draw the attention of those you are communing with. Then there's, for example, the enveloping light, a series of circles which allows your body to glow light as if you were a torch, and to restore some health if you had lost any. There is the Crown of Insight, a series of evenly spaced, unblinking eyes, which will allow for you to notice creatures that are hiding out of sight. There's the Toot and Claw, which will give you a tattoo of some monstrous creature, and you will be able to gain the ability to shift parts of your body to be like that creature. There's the Warding Tattoo, a few folk symbols from here in Yldaris to ward off creatures. the... I don't suppose you're interested in the boozy bottle.
No.
It depicts a container of alcohol, usually a small uncorked brown bottle, and it'll give you a bonus against poison.
Interesting. Not my speed.
Well, other than that, there's many others I can offer you, but are any of these jumping out to you as it were?
I like to imagine this is just like a regular fucking tattoo parlor, and they have like literally a binder.
It's not a binder.
work.
It's like, like poster racks in like.
Oh, okay, there you go.
Yeah, except instead of posters, it's monster skins with like all these tattoos painted onto them.
This one.
And Silk points to the insight one.
The Crown of Insight?
Eyes.
Yes.
That one jumps out to me.
Okay. Well, these eyes, they'll keep an eye out for you when you're not. So the way that this works is that when you enter an area that contains a creature that is unnoticed, I will make perception checks to see if your eyes flash open to be like, there's something here. For example, it will help you like, it'll help you notice if there's creatures lurking and stalking, which...
When I least expect it?
When you least expect it.
Okay. I like that a lot.
Okay.
Shout out to Celine in the server. Silk is not beating the eye avatar allegations.
Yeah, I think that still gets that one.
Oh wait, he has one question.
For coloring, do you have gold?
Yes, I could do so.
Oh, perfect.
And she kind of gives you a look and folds her arms and says, "And where do you want this?"
Silk pulls up the. Actually, I want to make. I want to. This will not like count for 2 tattoos, but I want Silk to kind of pull up both of his sleeves and be like, kind of hold out his hands and like forearms, like the back of his hands facing her, and is like,
These areas. Is that good by you?
Certainly, I can do that.
Beautiful.
And I think she's just very excited to work on surface dweller skin, because I assume even from a texture standpoint, it's a little different, right?
yeah.
Like, you're getting vitamin D. They don't have that down here.
Yeah. He gets a lot of vitamin D.
Um,
That's not a sex joke. I wait. That's not a sex joke. Silk goes tanning.
that could be a sex.
I promise. It wasn't. I didn't mean it.
Well, Silk, you get this person to work using dyed mercury, swirling these beautiful inks into you. Never mind that mercury is extremely poisonous. They got magic. Don't worry about it.
Silk's
It's pretty
different.
aesthetic, okay?
It might poison you, but it won't poison Silk because he's just too gorgeous.
That's true. This is true. It is known.
No.
Ulrich and Fiore, what about you guys?
Ulrich is probably gonna try to find like a weapons shop, I think. That and
Okay.
or runes.
I think you're able to find probably a place that does both.
Okay.
I will say, as you go in here, I think you find that it's not just Yldaris down here.
Uh-huh.
It is, you see that the person here is a kobold.
Oh, okay.
Probably one with just like dark scales and kind of like twisting horns. And he kind of like barks to you and Sackroth as you enter. Welcome to Fang of the Bog Dragon. What may we do for you, traveler?
Hi.
Hello.
Um, I'm looking for arrows and maybe a specific rune that may or may not be sanctioned.
Arrows, you say? Oh.
Yes.
For a short bow, a long bow, we don't often. Mostly it's crossbow bolts down here.
That's fair.
But we do have some, fear not.
Well, thank goodness. The hunter's bow, I think, is a short bow.
It's a short bow. They will use the same kind of bow, ammunition. It's just bolts and arrows are different.
Yeah. Well, I usually use a short bow, so just general arrows would be lovely.
We can get you this. And if you so chose, we could also get you some magical ammunition. We have a couple of magic arrows.
His ears perk.
How much are you willing to part for a single piece of ammunition? Of the magical sort?
The magical sword. Hang on. As I pull up his fucking gold. I have some decent to spare. Maybe like, I don't know, a single piece of ammunition. Maybe like 20 to 50.
Let's see, Dan. We have a fate shot. It is an arrow made of a nickel steel alloy carved with the smiling face of a comedic player on one side, while the other side holds the frown of a tragic dramatist. When you make a hit with this ammunition, you have a chance of either boosting their luck or downplaying it. Which is to say, when you shoot them, they need to make a flat check. On a success, you treat all the damage from your attacks as if they rolled average +1. So instead of 1d6 damage, the average being 3.5, you add 1, rounded up 5. So with your bow, you do what? 3d6 damage?
I think so.
So if you succeed on the flat check with this thing, that would be an average of 9 damage plus 3. So that would be just immediately a shot with that bow would do 12 damage instead of the average of 9 or, up or below.
Okay.
We have the terrifying ammunition, which scares people when you hit them. It's infused with grisly visions and occult symbols.
He takes out an arrow which just has a fucking brick at the end.
The big rock arrow. If you shoot this at someone, it'll really fucking hurt them. Because you're hitting them with a brick. This is a magic item, I promise.
Someone call Oliver Queen. They stole his boxing glove arrow. Okay.
And lastly, there's the Sky Serpent Bolt. You'd be familiar with the sky, I'm sure.
And he takes out this arrow, which is carved to look like an undulating snake. Its fangs bared. And it kind of crackles with electricity as he waves it around.
Zap, zap. If you shoot this hard, it'll shoot a bolt of lightning in its wake. What make you of this?
Oh, that lightning one is very tempting. Also enough, so's the fair one.
They're both fantastic, and they're both 50 gold per bolt.
50. You know what? Yeah, I'll take one of each.
So it's going to be a Sky Serpent's tingamajig and a terrifying whatchamacallit.
Yeah. I have this thing with my characters of just having fear stuff all the time, so why stop now?
I mean, It's pretty great, right?
Yeah.
That'll be
100 gold.
Okay. Here, and he puts down the pouch.
anything else I can get you.
So about the unsanctioned rune,
Do tell.
Ghost touch. Do you happen to have that down here?
Yes.
I know I'm asking a lot.
No, Yes, we would have ghost touch. It is, how to put it? Recently, there's been, problems locally with all these ghosts and the likes. So, how about I sell you something even better than ghost touch?
Go on.
Have you heard of the astral rune?
I have not.
This little fellow scrambles and pulls out a rune stone out with a complex symbol etched onto it. Astral weapons. They command powerful spiritual energy from the astral plane. This rune has the same effects as a ghost touch rune, plus strikes dealt with it do an extra 1d6 spirit damage. Don't ask what that means. And if you attack a creature that's possessing another creature, you leave the possessed creature unharmed and attack the creature within. The possessor, as it were.
Oh, that is so useful. Yeah, I will immediately take that, yes.
This one would cost 450 gold.
Done.
And he takes your bow and he does apply the runes. And he's like, pleasure doing business with you, my friend.
Pleasure, absolutely.
And is that everything you're looking to buy, Ulrich?
I think he's also gonna buy like generic arrows as well. I only have 11, so.
Oh yeah, get yourself a couple of those. It's like a couple of silver. You're easily able to grab them.
Oh yeah, but yep. Otherwise, that is Ulrich.
Awesome. And Fiore, what are you looking for?
I already know what I want Fiore to be doing because he would like I don't really have any like crazy items I want to buy. I think Fiore just wants to find food down here because something that came to his realization while at this feast is, oh shit, they're just cooking with the same stuff I ate when I was living in a dungeon, except they actually figured out what to do with it.
Awesome. Okay, yeah. You find, I think you go to like food market, and you see that there are like, it's rather than one shop, I think it's like 6 or 7 different shops. And you see like instead of like chickens being hanged upside down, you know, like the way you would often find in food shops, food markets, it's bats.
I see.
There's a lot of moss. There are lots of containers of herbs and spices. And you know what? I think that this is happening outside the local temple, which I'd actually like you to make me a quick religion check.
Okay, I can do that. I roll religion. Here you go.
Okay. Fiore, you can tell that this temple was once the temple of Impaled.
Oh shit.
Not great.
Uh-huh.
It has been retrofitted.
Okay.
It is now a temple to Kedifis, the elven god of hunting.
Ah.
Kedifis was essentially one of the like an ancient elven god, right?
Yeah.
And he is the one who taught elves how to hunt. He helped the elves reclaim Golarion after they returned after Earthfall. basically any elf who's big into hunting will probably say thank you very much to Papa Kedifis with his cool arrow and his cool hawk and his cool boots.
Cool.
That being said, you're not looking at Papa Kedifis right now. You are looking at all the stuff being sold here in the food market.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to call out some stuff. You tell me if any of it is interesting to you. And I'm just going to call out stuff that sounds like it would be made here rather than just every alchemical item. There's Grindle Grub steak. Fried Grindle Grub. So it's bugs.
Mm-hmm.
But very fleshy bugs. Yummy, yummy. There's Pucker Pickles. Sharp, pungent, and tasty.
Interesting.
There's Scholar's Drop, which is a hard-coated candy with very minty fungus. Firefoot Popcorn, made with something that isn't corn exactly, but close enough.
Cool. Is it like I literally was looking this up earlier for other roleplay reasons. Like, because other grains pop, I heard.
Yeah, basically that's it. There's some very interesting stuff there. There's, you know what? There's dragon pearls. They're fermented and dried tea leaves, although not necessarily tea leaves, but like an equivalent.
Mm-hmm.
Rolled into a ball shaped like a pearl and brewed in a tea.
Cute.
In fact, there's quite a few teas you can get here. There's Covenant tea. There's Long Night tea. There's Energizing tea. There's fucking Resurrection tea, which when you ask, does this actually bring people back to life? They're like, no, that's not what it means. It was named for its repugnant taste, which is strong enough to kill the living, and full of medicinal herbs which are powerful enough to raise the dead.
Pretty good.
There's a lot of local spices. For example, there is a lot of different cavern elf spices, which will make, like, when you season your food with it, will give different effects. For example, there's hot cavern elf spice, which I think is just made with like a Capiscan loaded. I want to say like a sort of like super hot root, which essentially, if you season your food in it, will allow you to breathe fire at people.
I think that maybe the spice, the last thing you said right there. Cabernet
Yeah, you want the hot
spices?
root, the spice to put on your food?
Yeah.
Sure, you're able to grab that, and I think you're able to refresh your rations as well, just by buying loads of like little snacks and meals. But the hot root is the magic item you buy.
Okay. That, and I think this is not like he's not buying it with regular. I think he buys a couple of the ingredients that are harder for his parents to find that they cook, like, for him.
Very, very, very cool. I like that a lot.
He's like, great! Now I know exactly where to go.
Yeah, and it's not exactly impossible. It's a 20-minute walk now.
Yep. It's a 20-minute
Okay.
walk, and then he can get. It's literally the equivalent of me finding out that there's that Asian market near us.
Okay. Well, fellas, what should I think? Is that everything you want to get?
It's everything for Ulrich, I know.
Fiore doesn't need anything else. I already have weapons and stuff like that, and I barely use bolts, so. I mean, I guess I could. No, I don't need them.
Okay. Well, why don't we meet up? Why don't we meet up with Silke, his tattoo finished, and you guys can have a chat before making your way out into the Darklands.
Okay.
Sure.
You guys make your way after looking around for a while. You spot Silk in this tattoo parlor, getting inked up. What do you guys do?
How
wow.
do you feel about that?
I didn't know Silk wanted tattoos.
Neither did I.
You want to go bug him?
Yeah, it looks like it's nearly done. Let's go see what tattoo he got.
I'm curious. We're gonna walk in and he has a tramp stamp.
Good lord. Ulrich walks beside Silk as he's in the chair and goes, "So what'd you decide? What design did you get?"
Oh, hello.
One arm is definitely done. I don't know if she's still working on him on the other one.
She is.
Yeah, he keeps that still, but he kind of lifts the arm that's already done and kind of presents it to Ulrich. I think that it goes up to his elbow. I don't think it's just eyes. I think that there's little kind of decorative like dots and lines too. That a little bit maybe go past the elbow just to like tie it together and make it not so blunt where it ends. But it's just really nice, pretty lines. I think that on each arm it's like 3 eyes, so in total there's 6. It's just gorgeous. It almost like glows, I think.
Something to help me see better.
Oh.
Interesting. I do love the designs.
One of the eyes blinks.
Oh my god.
Oh my.
They are magic.
Fair enough. I probably should have expected that. Still nice?
Not too familiar with these, are you?
Not really. But they are interesting.
Quite.
Silk looks really pleased with them, actually. I do think this makes him really happy.
No.
Because I don't know that he says it, but he's always really wanted the tattoos that the College of Mystery gives to those who have advanced more in the school. Jarek had a lot of them. But part of him doesn't even know if he'll ever get them. And he was saving that the space on his body for that, but I think that he guesses that with where he wants those tattoos, if he does ever get them, this would not get in his way. Which again, it won't come up, but he would have gotten it on his face.
As is tradition.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Not all of them have to be on your face. Some people don't get them, but as is usual, usually on the face.
So now you guys can discuss what the plan is now, because you're going to need to head out into the floor itself pretty soon.
Yeah.
You two got what you needed, right?
I found a bunch of ingredients that are a bit harder to find for cooking, and then I also got it's still a food item, but it's magical. It's a spice it makes us breathe fire. I thought it'd be cool.
Lovely.
Oh, all right. Yeah, I was able to get some arrows, a couple special ones actually, and an astral rune for my bow.
Cool.
Also beautiful.
Well, as soon as I'm done, I guess we could head out, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. Seems so. Just a matter of which direction.
It is true.
So, I mean, you could just walk out the city and see where your feet take you.
Yeah.
Yep.
As soon as
true.
As soon as Silk is done, they walk out. He thanks tattoo artist. He leaves her a tip.
She smiles, and I think she refuses the tip and says, no. Being able to work on a sun-kissed was very interesting.
Scallywag, you.
She's in it for the love of the game.
You scallywag.
She's so wonderful. They have some gay goodbyes. I think as they walk out, they're kind of standing outside of the city. Silk has pulled his sleeves back down. Tattoo aftercare does not need to happen when there's magic.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Never
sounds so
do that.
nice.
Never do that in real life.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely not. But the magic sounds nice.
He always like, do you need to lay on hands? I think that'll heal it over.
Oh, no, they're fine. See?
He pulls it back up and they're literally perfectly healed.
Oh,
It's magic.
slay.
Well, what do you two think? Where should we head first?
I don't know.
Let's see. It was the Giants, and then Professor. Guess we don't really have much of an idea of where either direction those destinations are. I guess it's a matter of what we would like to deal with immediately. More Caligny cultists, or swamp giants.
Well, I really don't want to encounter giants at all, if I'm honest. Cultists are
fair.
one thing. Giants are another. I suppose we could get it done and over with.
That's true.
I do have to make it so clear, I really don't want to fucking do that.
Then I think
Yeah,
we should get it done first, probably. Then it'll be done and we don't have to do it.
That's fair. Get the worst one over with.
That's what my mom's always say.
But what if we throw a tantrum and kick our feet and don't do it first?
Oh,
Maybe that
Borbo.
would be better.
Was it? Was it really?
Yeah, that way we don't have to do it immediately. We can do other stuff first.
I suppose if we do it last, then, well, we won't have anything else to fight for Lens afterwards. Unless,
I don't know if that is true.
no. Not immediately is what I meant, but Velcora, no, he says her name, it's whatever. Velcora has a habit of appearing out of nowhere, and I don't doubt she would take advantage of us barely recovered from a fight with giants.
She did take advantage of us while we were only separated by a room, so yeah, I see what you mean.
Which,
Hmm.
well, maybe we do go see the cultists first.
And don't know how long the professor's been with them, so it might be great to save him now and to make sure that he's not overly hurt.
That's
Oh, right, we want him
actually very true. Oh god, oh god, oh god.
And the sooner the Jubilos is out of her hair, the better.
Right, you fucking are.
That's true. Plus, I'm pretty sure he'd at least be thankful that we got it done.
Plus, we will get to
Okay.
finally meet him if he is still alive.
Oh,
please.
that would be so nice.
Every day I pray to Saren Ray. You laugh, but I am serious.
Well, you do that anyway.
Well, yeah. Man. Excuse me for thinking the sun is pretty in the morning.
Don't apologize for being so devout.
I won't.
Would you guys like to make your way out of the city and see what lies ahead?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Show us how big this goddamn map is.
It's that
Okay,
one. It's that
everyone.
one SpongeBob TikTok audio. Row, row, when you're on the road. That one.
Oh god.
You guys leave the city of Yldaris and walk out into the dungeon.
Oh my.
Dice Will Roll will return after these messages.
Hi there, I'm Hugh from Poderation. If you like today's show, why not check out Dungeons and Dragonfruits, the bizarre, strange, and queer in every sense of the word D&D podcast. Join 5 friends as they laugh, learn, and adventure their way through the weird, wonderful world of Widdershins, where dragons hatch from trees and have adventures of all forms in every shape and size. Available wherever you can get your podcasts.
We now return to Dice Will Roll.
Check out how fucking huge this place is. There is several other mini-maps attached to this.
Okay. Can't scroll back anymore. Oh my god.
It's a very fucking big map.
Okay.
You guys leave the walls of Yldaris and make your way into the hunting grounds. A place that has grown so wild that even the cavern elves dare not travel it too frequently. It is difficult to even imagine this place as a cave. That's how high up the ceiling is. There are certainly pillars that connect ceiling to floor, stretching like giant twisting spires. But this place is just immense. Fungus grows wild and tall throughout the enormous cavern, sometimes reaching as high as 30 feet tall. And the cavern ceiling, when it's even visible at all through the fungal canopy, is higher still. There are sounds of terrible monsters from deeper within. And even from here, you can see some things which are interesting. You can see a building, which appears to be a large stone structure. A lodge of some sort. And then beyond that, further back is something very, very interesting. There is a giant stone construction which appears to be about the size and shape of the lighthouse that leads from the ceiling to the floor below. Silk, a quick look at your Astronomicon reveals that it takes up the same position as that weird circular shape you encountered beforehand on the floor above, remember?
Oh dear. I do.
And also you can hear roaring somewhere in this floor. You can hear a deep roar, and it's very scary to listen to. It's almost draconic in nature.
God damn it.
You were warned.
We were.
Silk, from where you are, you can also see beyond some of these glowing fungus patches what appears to be a lake. Stretching off into the dark. Fellas, there's so much shit going on, you don't know what to do. Welcome to the hunting grounds. Where the fuck are you guys going?
Where to even start?
To be honest, I totally spaced the wyvern. Oh no. Okay, well shit.
Why did we promise to take care of her?
Because it was the right thing to do, unfortunately.
Because
The right thing to do is to survive and get out of this fucking dungeon alive.
unfortunately we're good people.
You're good people.
You're good people.
Thank you for thinking so.
Oh boy.
I spy a lake over that way.
And he points to the northwest, right?
Off to the northwest, yes, there is a lake. And there's glowing lights coming from beyond it.
Still quite nervous about being near bodies of water.
I understand that.
Silk starts flipping through his book to see how far teleport gets him again. Or translocate.
Well, what ways would you like to head? There's north, there's northwest, there's northeast, there's straight up west or straight up east. There's so many directions you can go right now. Just pick a path and walk it.
Well, I'm certainly not walking in front. Fiore, pick a direction.
All right. Why don't we just head... Let's head north, but let's walk by the the water just to see what's out there. I can see a bit further than you guys, I think. So
Yes, you absolutely can.
We don't have to get in.
True.
Trust me, I am not.
I will keep my sword and shield out. And he does.
Our brave, righteous team lead who walks in front of us always.
There's no leader. We're all friends.
My favorite shield.
You're still the braver of the both of us, of the three of us.
Oh shit.
You're the one
Perception check. Okay, well, yeah, that what you guys are freaking out about will not require a perception check, but just a perception check.
I don't know what you guys are freaking out about.
Rich, look to the southeast.
Oh, there's skulls. Yeah, those are skulls, aren't they? That's great. I was about to say that Silk preemptively puts on his obsidian glasses. He doesn't activate them, but he's got them on.
Just in case. Okay, perception checks. Cool. Silk, you see the spikes, and we'll talk about the spikes in a second. And it's very scary. The others see the spikes, but they also hear something, which makes them go, "What the fuck?" Ulrich, Fiore, it is with a heavy heart that I say the next word. You hear something. Gorillas?
Don't you fucking dare do this to me. Are you kidding?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Don't fuck with me. I don't want a random chimp event right now, Jerry. That's the last thing I fucking need, especially from you.
You hear the sound of gorillas grunting somewhere nearby, which is a very scary thing when you are so deep underground. Have any of you ever encountered gorillas before?
No.
I don't think Fiore's ever seen one. Well, actually, would there be gorillas at like a zoo in Absalom?
Maybe in Absalom. I think there are zoos in Absalom. Yes, Edgewatch starts with you guys going to a zoo.
I was like, there certainly are. I remember that quite well, actually.
Oh, Silk's maybe seen one then.
Okay. Ulrich, have you gone to the zoo, Ulrich?
Maybe as a kid. Maybe his parents took him on one of their like business trips. Maybe.
Well, then definitively, I say gorillas.
Nope, absolutely not. Nope.
What the hell?
Silk, you don't hear the gorillas. What you see, though, all of you as well, are the fucking the cave entrance. The wide cave entrance here to the southwest is a disgusting sight. The walls are splashed with ochre and scarlet images in a riot of violent and obscene images. Stakes around the entrance hold up skulls and dismembered parts of strange creatures. You get the feeling that that might be where the giants are.
Ulrich's ears pull back in annoyance. His eyes are closed and he just forces a sigh like, I'm gonna kill myself.
Do you hear that?
Unfortunately, I do. My hearing is great, and I hate it.
Do you... What are you hearing right now, Ulrich?
Gorillas?
Yeah, why the hell are we hearing that right now?
I don't know, and I'm not sure I want to know until later.
Maybe we don't go near the gorilla cave.
Maybe we move on, actually. Maybe we move on.
Maybe we never return to the gorilla cave as long as we're alive.
We really, really don't have to. I think we move on.
Silk draws that on his map and puts a big fucking X on it.
No gorillas. I simply won't. Let's walk past it and forget it even exists.
Going to continue, actually.
Please.
Okay. You guys continue marching away from the fucking scary cave.
Yup. Fuck that.
Goodbye.
There's buildings. That was what you were pointing to before, right?
Yeah, there's a stone lodge.
I think Fiore turns to the others and is like, there's a couple buildings. We should explore those, probably.
Please. I don't want to be out here.
Yeah, I could do with a building and not a natural, horrific cave.
I don't feel safe. Even with you around.
The buildings sit here at the side of the water. You see the water is like a almost emerald green, with some islands in the lake, which are shedding bioluminescent light from fungus or stuff like that. As you all start approaching these stone buildings, you can see that they're just utterly enormous. Maybe for housing, well, you don't know what. You can see that there is a boathouse off to the left, and there is a great hall lodge-looking thing to the right, and then behind that is that weird underground lighthouse which connects ceiling to floor. What do we want to do? Which way?
Well, there are already a couple doors that I can see, so
Let's check
Actually,
those.
Silk,
Yeah.
your tattoos all open up. Their eyes all open up. There's something nearby.
He looks around.
Oh, it's probably the thing running at you, actually. Roll me initiative. You got plus
Oh
2
my
to
god,
this.
Silk screams. You are such a
Alright.
cunt.
start the encounter.
Are you sicking a fucking gorilla on us?
We'll see.
Why are there
Getting real
multiple?
tired of all the random chimp events that have been happening to me recently.
I have
This
one
is so
twice.
funny.
Okay.
Okay. Ulrich, top of the order is you.
Mm-hmm.
Silk shrieks before anything happens, and you don't necessarily know what the fuck is going on. And then you see it coming over from behind some of the stone pillars, charging directly towards you, standing maybe 8 feet tall, almost that wide. I'm sorry. This is what you see.
I'm gonna kill myself.
Sure, man, sure.
I
It
I hate it.
appears-
I hate it.
It appears to be a gorilla, but its fur is a bright orange, like a fox's fur. It has hooves instead of feetsies. It has twisting ram-like horns. It has fangs like a shark. Glowing little pinpricks of orange light where its eyes are. This thing's basically, what if a skunk ape was the devil? And it is running at you like, like the way gorillas run with like their knuckles on the floor. It is running directly towards you and laying out a shriek. And you've never seen anything like this, but you hate it. What do you do?
Okay. Fucking. I think Ulrich goes immediately into fucking autopilot and sees this goddamn thing in front of him. Rallying Anthem? Question mark?
Okay. Good call. Now what?
I guess trying to figure out the fuck this thing is. What would I roll for this? Nature? Survival?
Bardic lore will work.
Okay.
You do know what this thing is. I have such bad news. When I said it was a devil, I wasn't completely bullshitting you. This is a Susta daemon. Daemons are denizens of the bleak and terrible plane of Abaddon. They are shaped by and devoted to the destruction of all life in all forms.
Bruh.
Devils are all about controlling mortals, Demons are all about just unleashing pure chaos fueled by mortal sins. Daemons, they're all about just ending and extinguishing life as a concept. They don't want to trick you, they don't want to use you, they want to kill you. And they want to make sure that the cycle of life ends forever. This creature, this horrible ape, is a pseudo-daemon, formed from the soul of vile mortals, those who took efforts to hasten their own death, their willingness shaping them into demonic servants. Their otherworldly senses make them perfect for protecting vaults and similar locations in the universe itself. They are created to serve, but always seek ways to subvert their bindings so they can rend their mortal summoner's flesh. The worst type of conjurer calls upon pseudo-daemons merely to set them free into the world in hopes of currying favor with the powers of Abaddon. But I think you quickly realize what these guys are. Mortals who hastened their own death to become daemons? Where have you heard that before? Oh, Ulrich. You found the human cultists of Belcora.
Oh,
Holy shit.
No. Ulrich. Incredibly panic goes, Daemon, oh my fucking god, this is Daemon.
As it's barreling
okay.
towards you, it lets out a roar that's half gorilla, half dragon.
I think with that knowledge, I think Ulrich is gonna try to take a shot at it, maybe?
Yeah, go for it.
Let's see how the fuck this goes. Oh,
Oh,
25?
almost a fucking nat 1, but it rolled back. 25 is a hit. Roll me that damage.
Thank goodness. 10 damage.
Okay, yeah, you do 10 damage to this motherfucker. Very nice.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay.
Fantastic stuff. And that's your turn, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay. It's the Daemon's turn.
Fuck.
But not the one that's barreling directly into your face.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No.
It's the second one, coming up from behind you. Because they've been stalking you. Sorry. It rushes up and lets out a horrifying demonic shriek. And you actually hear in your minds its voice. It's got telepathy. And you all hear it in its voice go,
Die, mortals! Your bones will be wonderful for making the pyre of the end of all time.
and this fucking gorilla daemon is going to run up behind all of you, and it's going to inhale, and I'm so sorry, it breathes out a cone of fire. I need all of you to make me a reflex save.
All right, man.
Critical success, Ulrich.
Oh no.
That is a critical failure for Fiore, a critical success for Ulrich, and a regular success for Silk. As it breathes,
I love our spectrum.
as it breathes out fire, that's going to be 7d6 fire damage. So that's 27 to Silk, or half 27 to Silk. Fiore, you are going to take double of this, minus your resistances. 49 damage total.
Okay.
And then something really weird happens. You catch fire, but so does it. So that's going to be 2d6 persistent fire damage to you, Fiore, as you catch fire. Doesn't really hurt you too much. But this guy also catches fire because he's breathing fire so hard. And I assume that's what it means. The Sister Daemon and each creature that fails to save catch fire, taking 2d6 persistent damage. So this guy also takes that. That's what I think happens, anyway.
Yeah, it says it like that.
Okay. Silk, it's your turn. This guy ran out from behind you and breathed fire down on you. And now it's your turn. Oh god, there's two gorillas.
Oh, there's two gorillas. I'm gonna consult my tome.
Okay, tell me about consulting tome.
So, one action to take out my tome.
Awesome.
And when I consult my tome, I When I enter this stance, I choose a creature in this case and one of my consulted spells. And I expend a prepared spell slot of any rank so that I can cast this consulted spells. And I will be off guard until the beginning of my next turn to do this.
Okay, because you are checking a fucking book.
Yes. And the spell I'm consulting is Banishment.
Ah! You've been looking forward to this, haven't you?
Yes, I have.
So
This is why I got
a...
Consult Tome to begin with, because I didn't want to always carry around Banishment because of how very specific it is.
Awesome. Okay. So he has to make a will save, right?
Yes.
That is a fucking critical failure, Silk.
Oh, God. That's not good for him. The target is banished and can't return by any means to this plane for a week.
Oh my god.
He's gone.
Okay, Silk. Describe to me how you banish this guy.
He's taking out his book, his Astronomicon. I'll never not love that name. I think it was so hot that I made that up.
You did really great.
And the way that I think it looks is that Silk prepares these spells on individual pages. And what he does when he takes out his Astronomicon is that he puts a hand onto the paper and, you know when you're throwing money at someone?
No, I don't
Like,
do that
you-
very often.
Loser. But when you have like a stack of cash in your hand and you want to fling it at somebody, that motion is what he does with that page of his book, and it tears out and it flies into this thing. And there's a bright flash of green light, and he's no longer there.
You hear that roar as it goes,
He goes,
and it vanishes. It vanishes, sent back to Abaddon. Well done, Silk. Now there's only one ape left.
now there's only one, and I am off guard.
Okay. Fiore, it is your turn. You're on fire. There's only one more of these monstrous daemons. Hooray! What do you do?
I think I'm gonna use 2 actions to move around the daemon.
You can sudden charge.
Well, the reason is because I want to be on the other side so that I could be flanking him so that I can attack. And
Yeah,
have
you
the-
stride twice in a strike.
Oh, okay, because it just started the way that charge sounds. It's like you charge into something.
Yeah, no, you can move in whatever directions you like. It's not a straight line.
Oh, okay. Then I'm gonna use sudden charge, I think.
Okay.
Or actually, okay, hold on. So it's 2 actions to do sudden charge, right?
Yes, that's right.
I am going to use smite, and then I'm gonna sudden
very
charge.
Nice. Okay, Fiore, as you dash forward, you pray to bring sunlight to these beasts that have hidden from the light for so long.
He's still on fire.
this
It's like
beast.
it's like that trail of fire behind him.
Very cool.
And then I'm going to, so I move behind him. Then I'm going to,
Hey, Dave.
yes.
I'd like you to zoom out slightly.
Fiore charges and he goes, "Oh shit!" And he goes.
2 more Sustodaemons are charging.
What do you mean? Dude,
There were 4 Sustodaemons stalking you.
come on.
This happened literally seconds into you guys coming out here. Holy shit, Dave!
This place fucking. Oh my goodness.
37.
That is a critical success. Roll me that damage.
Boy, do I love being a champion.
Oh god, these guys are weak too. Oh my god.
Yeah, these are Daemons.
Take 40 damage. Thank you.
I think I'll actually take 50.
Even better.
Ooh. Your astral weapon glows with unreal sunlight that cleaves into the daemon, and he roars out, and he turns to you and says,
By spawn of the sun god, you two shall witness the extinguishing of your deity.
So he can talk shit, but he is going to be off guard until the start of his next turn, because yeah, you did crit him. It is now this Daemon to the south's turn. He's going to spend an action. What's these guys' speed? 25. Okay, he spends one action running up and another action just getting a little bit closer to you, Fiore, for him to grab at you. Mm-hmm. And that's going to be a strike. That's going to be a 25, which is a miss.
Mm-hmm. Does not hit.
He's going to try again, just in case. Yeah, no, that's a crit fail, ain't it?
That is a crit fail.
Crit fail by 17.
Mm-hmm.
These guys are scary, but you are well prepared for them. On a critical failure, that is going to be... Ooh, yeah, no, he punches at the wall behind you, lets out a roar, and then he looks at you furiously. He's going to have a -1 on his attack rolls until he crits something, which is not going to look good for him.
My life is fucking awesome.
Well, it is now going to be the next Susta Daemon's turn, which is the other one down here, who's going to slip out with 2 actions. Out towards Fiore, out towards Ulrich and Silk, and he's going to inhale and then blast another gout of flame at you. I need you guys to please make me another reflex save.
Okay.
Oh shit.
That's funny.
Holy fuck.
That's going to be a success for Silk and a critical success for Ulrich. Ulrich, you are ducking and weaving like there's no tomorrow. The flame shoots past you as you roll. That is going to be no damage to you, obviously. And Silk, you will take half of 76. That's going to be half of 28. That's 14 damage.
Oh, great. Okay.
Pretty good. Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Pretty good.
Alright, next in the order is gonna be the next fucking Susta Daemon, the one that you saw in the first place, who turns around and goes to grab Fiore by the face. Oh shit! That is a nat 20.
Bro.
Sure.
That's going to be... Fiore, you're gonna take 44 damage as he brings one of his gorilla-like hands around your head and starts to fucking try crush your skull. And that is including vicious wounds. On a successful strike, the Susta Daemon viciously tears into a victim, so similar wounds appear on its own body. So you take an extra 1d6 damage, so that's an additional 4 damage, and he's going to take 4 damage as well. So any wounds he's giving you seem to slowly be mirroring on himself.
Interesting.
So, Fiore, that's going to be a total of 48 damage. How are you looking?
I have 19 HP, babe.
Let me see if I can reduce that to 0.
Dude.
I'm gonna strike you again. Can I do it? Critical
Like hell
miss.
you can.
No.
Dude,
No.
don't sound disappointed.
I want to kill him. I'm sick of you guys. I want to kill one of you.
Not on our watch, you dipshit.
This time he bites his tongue. He takes 1 bleed damage. Okay. And with his last action, the thing is, these guys don't really care if they crit fail. If there's the off chance that'll hurt you as well. So he's going to try attack one last time. He's probably going to crit fail. He just misses. He swings his claws down into you, but you are able to dodge out away. And Ulrich, it's back up to you. Shit, there's 3 of these fuckers. Fiore is almost dead. He takes an additional 2 fire damage, but he's, he seems to have recovered. But at the same time, Fiore looks like he's in a terrible spot. And you know what? You don't like these Daemons. They don't make you feel good.
No, which is why I'm casting a rank 5 Soothe.
Okay. So how much healing is that for Dear Sweet? Unless you're casting on the Daemon, I can't assume.
No, I'm targeting Fiore, definitely.
Okay. Fiore,
45.
Thank
Fiore, you're not dying anymore. That's great. Ulrich's music reminds you to keep fighting and not give in. So you're good for now. Ulrich, you've one action left. What do you do?
I need to refresh. Yeah, I need to refresh my fucking rallying anthem. So, Ulrich, I think, is gonna hit the Daemon that's between him and Fiore, and hope to God that this works. Oh, hey, I don't know what's happening. 36.
Whoa, that's a crit! Hit this douchebag!
Oh, 37.
Whoa! 37 damage? Yeah, no, you stab into him, and the Daemon lets out a shriek as he's stumbling a little bit.
You get your fucking hands off him.
Fiore, you feel real safe with this guy here. Rallying Anthem is back up. Jesus, okay. So, alright, dropping down that Rallying Anthem. There we go.
Yep.
Everyone's feeling a little bit safer. Silk, it's your turn. Gosh.
Gosh, I fucking hate this. Can't do that again.
You want to have the one banishment?
Yeah,
Jinkies.
because it's one slot. Oh, and I can't, expend. Shit. Vision of Death.
Fuck it, yeah. So there's one extremely wounded one, and then two really healthy looking ones. Who are you attacking?
Actually, I'll shoot first, and then I'll cast that, because I want to see if the damage from my gun might tip this guy over.
Could be. Give it a shot.
So... where's my shit not picked up? Get in my hand. 31.
Yeah, that's gonna be a crit, just about.
Shit.
He is off guard, so that helps.
Yeah. 50.
What the fuck?
Hey, yo.
I rolled maximum damage?
Kill
Oh
him.
my god.
You literally rolled 3 10s on 3d10. Wait, how is it 50? Oh my god, it's fatal. Oh my god, okay.
Yeah. It's a fucking gun.
Fatal doesn't multiply 2d10 times 2. Okay, yeah. Well, Silk, how the fuck do you execute this guy?
This thing's horns, one set of the horns on this guy, they're like circular. Plymouth. Whoa. He's on my mind. Silk raises his gun, and it's barely even a split second after he does that he shoots, and it goes straight through the middle of that horn and straight out the other, like a straight fucking line in the circle that those horns make up, right through his head.
Jesus Christ, Silk, you blow him the fuck up.
Yeah, he's dead.
And the Susta Daemon is just fucking dead as hell. Now only 2 remain.
Come back from that, bitch.
You got 2 actions, bro. What do you do?
Vision of Death on this one. That's also next to Fury.
Okay. Let's make a will save, right?
Yes, let me get it for you.
I look at his will save and I make a face.
Alright. Ooh, that's a failure. 24 is a
Yep.
fail.
Roll me that damage.
That'll be frightened too, by the way.
Awesome.
24 damage.
That's very nice. He takes that damage. And he is frightened too. The Sister Daemon lets out a yelp and kind of stumbles back and almost very humanly raises his hand to shield his face. Oh god, these were people.
Huh.
Before the Nimbolot desires overcame them. Okay. Silk, that's your turn, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Fiore. This guy has... you are not smiting him. You will need to refresh your smite if you want to. Because the other guy is a fucking pile of fur and blood in front of you. The other one behind you, he's still good to go.
Okay. Step 1. I'm going to cast Lay on Hands on myself.
Good call.
Okay.
How much healing is that?
30.
Okay, you get 30 healing, and you have a bonus to your AC because you are shielded by your fate.
Mm-hmm. And then he's going to smite.
Great.
I think it's kind of like the same magic that was healing. It was like flows
channeled
through
into
his,
the blade?
Yeah, it channels into his scimitar. And then he's going to attack with sword. I know it's really complicated that I'm doing that. I know it takes a lot of effort to think of what to do. 26.
Yes, that is a hit against him.
Okay. 12 damage.
Okay, yep, he takes that damage. Yikes!
Oh my god.
Oh, he takes a good bit more than 12. He is weak to this shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that your turn?
Yep.
Okay. Well, bad news. Susta Daemon turn. This guy letting out another shriek. He's going to pound into you with his strike. That is a 29. That is a miss. He's going to try again. Critical failure. That means tiring attack. He is fatigued. He is throwing punch after punch after punch. But Fiore, you are blocking, and you can see he's really getting winded now.
I see.
So he's going to try one last punch because he's not very smart. And wouldn't you believe it, that is a critical miss.
Oh my god. Whoever could have...
Oh, as a reaction, you may attempt to trip or shove him.
Okay. Is that athletics?
As you catch his attack.
Awesome. Okay, I'll do that. 23.
23 is not going to work against his Fortitude DC.
That's okay.
So you catch his attack, but you don't push him backwards or anything.
There's a scuffle.
Next is going to be the other Susta Daemon, and he's actually going to channel up a spell.
Mm-hmm.
Silk, I need you to make... No, Ulrich, I need you to make me a will save.
Alright. Oh, that was so close. That's a 22.
So that would be a fail against him. Nope, that would be a success, which makes it a critical success because of your ting, huh?
Yeah, the performer's heart thing?
Yeah. Because
yeah.
what he's casting is paralyze.
Oh, fuck off.
He tries to shut down your motor impulses.
Ah,
And when that doesn't work, he lets
fantastic.
out a roar, and he's going to take a step closer. And that's his turn. He is getting ready to fucking jaw you. He is now friend 1 instead of friend 2 as his turn ends. Ulrich, we're back to you.
Alright, well, it's not a stride, so never mind. Okay. Then...
What do you mean?
Well, if it was a stride instead of a step, I could have used a reaction.
He was striding towards you.
Oh, well then. We'll save. Lose the path.
Lose the path?
Yeah, you're not getting close to me, bitch.
You surround a moving creature with lifelike illusions, shifting their perception terrain to leave them slightly off path. Okay, so make a will save.
Save. Hold it.
A 21, that is a failure. So basically his speed is halved. He didn't need to use his whole speed, so it's fine.
Okay.
But, yeah. On a critical failure, you get to decide where he fucking ends up, which is crazy.
Yeah. Would have had him go in the complete opposite direction. But... Okay, I think Ulrich is then going to cast Mirror Image.
Okay! Holy shit! So tell me about Mirror Image again?
3 illusory images of you swirl about your space, potentially causing those who attack you to hit one of the images instead of you. Any attack that would hit you has a random chance of hitting one of your images instead of you. So it's a 1 in 4 chance. You would have to roll a 1d4, and 1 would be Ulrich.
Okay.
Once an image is hit, it is destroyed, and if attack roll fails to hit your AC but doesn't crit fail, it destroys the image but has no additional effect. So
Okay.
keep that in mind.
So basically, you've made yourself a bunch of duplicates, and he might attack the wrong one while trying to go for you.
Mm-hmm. They're light-based images, by the way.
Awesome. Okay. Well, Silk, it's your turn. This guy's macking on your dude. What do you do?
Actually, I still have
Oh
one.
god, you've got one action left. Fuck me.
One action. Yeah, I am going to hit and hopefully... Okay, 24.
24 is a hit. Roll me that damage.
Damage is 10, and Rallying Anthem is back up.
10 damage. Don't you feel great to have that little rune that's helping boost your damage again?
Yes.
Okay, that's you. Silk, it's your turn.
Get your goddamn hands off my man. Fifth rank Force Barrage.
Okay, how many actions?
3.
Okay, so that would be at 5th rank, 94 plus 9 damage to him.
That's it is. 30 damage.
30 damage. Very nice, very solid. No way around for him to not do it. You blast him with energy, and you see him stumbling back. He is not looking fantastic right now.
Good.
Okay. Fiore, it is your turn. Man, fuck this gay elf. That's what the Daemon's thinking.
That's crazy. I think that Fiore is going to I think he's gonna continue attacking the one that's in front of him.
Okay, go for it.
I'm still smiting this guy? Question mark?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm going to attack. Oh my god. 35.
That is a crit, yes. Roll me that damage.
34 damage.
Okay, and he is off guard. Got 2 actions left. That's another crit!
32 damage.
Another 32 damage. Oh my god, that's 42, remember, because he's weak. Slash! You have done to him so far 86 damage this turn. He's not looking well. He's barely holding himself together. The sister Daemon lets out a roar, and in your head you hear,
Yes! Send me to oblivion. I'll drag you down with me.
Alright. He ignores that. 24.
that's a hit. Roll me that damage.
15.
Plus 10, that's 25. Fiore, how do you whirl your blade again and again and again into the sister Daemon until it is slain?
I don't know.
You do it. You kill him with a sword. He's dead.
I do kill him with a sword, and it looks awesome.
Okay, Fiore, you cleave!
And he turns towards the others. He's not doing anything yet because he doesn't have any actions, but he's looking.
Well, it is now that Daemon's turn. And I think, just kind of roaring out, he is going to just try take one of you down with him. And I think he believes Silk's the best target to try get an easy kill with. So he moves up to you, Silk, and he tries to grab you. And he's going to just try grab at you with his claws. And that is going to be a 33. That is a hit.
Can I use my reaction for lose the path again?
I don't think it would. I mean, you can try, certainly. And if he crit fails, you get to move him somewhere else. Yeah.
Will save.
Okay. Well, goddamn.
That is a crit fail.
Well, goddamn.
Ulrich sends him, I think, in Fiore's path.
Oh, no! Okay. All right. You make him run directly towards Fiore. And he kind of like blinks back to being awake once the spell ends. And he goes,
Ah!
he slashes into the tin air. He turns around. He sees you, Fiore. He's not going to run back to Silk now. So he's going to use his second action now to just slash at you. Fiore, that's going to be a 24. That is a miss.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, dear. This is not what he wanted to do. And a 28. That's a miss as well. Ulrich, it's your turn. You've protected your boy. This horrible thing, though, is still fighting. What do you do?
Ulrich is gonna take a shot. 33.
That is going to be a crit. Roll me that damage.
31.
Ulrich, how'd you take out the Daemon?
Oh man, I think as this thing is completely disoriented, his attention is on Fury right now, which is a big fucking mistake because Fury's looking at this thing, and then there's an arrow going straight through his eye.
Oh.
Ooh, nasty. The Daemon lets it before it tumbles to the floor, dead. And you guys have successfully defeated the Daemons.
We beat your final boss.
That was it. Game is over. How the fuck are you guys doing?
He's jogging over.
This is why I don't like being outside here.
That's completely fair. Ulrich puts a hand on both their shoulders. Are you two okay?
Thank you for the help. I'm fine. I'm okay. I'm a little bloodied.
No. Let's heal immediately.
Why don't Let's...
He gives them both a potion.
Ulrich, you pass out a couple of elixirs of life and you're all able to heal up. This basically brings all of you back up to full HP by the looks of it. Oops. Well, holy shit, huh?
Well, that was
Holy
irritating.
Yep.
Very.
They always underestimate me.
I guess they had the numbers, but we did do a fairly good job.
Yeah, I saw that stuff you were doing. I couldn't pay attention that much because I was surrounded, but it was impressive.
Well, if I can't do too much damage, I may as well disorient and make sure they can't get to either of you. Speaking of, he turns to Silk. That banishment was strong.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. I've been working on that.
Came in incredibly useful. That saved us a lot of resources.
One less danger to dispose of.
Yes.
Well,
After they heal and stuff and discuss, I think Fury's like, we should look in the buildings. The one that you were looking at before, to the right that way? And he points towards the slightly northeast.
Okay, yes, the double doors.
Yes, let's
Okay.
do that.
you guys start making your way towards the tall stone buildings. And unbeknownst to you, something follows. Something staring at Silk Witchhelm,
Huh?
intent on getting revenge for the crime you committed against it.
I'm sorry?
Beg pardon?
Murder!
What the fuck?
Huh?
And that's where we're going to end it today, everyone.
Who did I murder?
Stop recording. This episode of Dice Will Roll would not have been possible without the support of our patrons. Tiny Brass Ant, Celestial, Max O'Knight, Kate Cornelius, Key, Windy 2002, Als, Millie, Rose, Cell Ravau, The Protease Inhibitor, Acid Dialogue, River Supports Artists, Horror Fan, Lightning Scar, Dr. Caesar MD, A Potato, Derpy Gamer, Quinlan Boss, Princess Alavi, Emily is Gay, Meow Mai, Abyssal Chimera, Knight the Werewolf Teacher, Actually a Bot, A Sleepy Bear, Kyle Damon, Phoebe Jeebies, Lux Rexus, Tony Saunders, Mita, Arave, Mott, Aries, Alexander Crizzle, Skyly, Blurst Hellion, Ginly Tricked, Transgirl Trish, Bal Punyon, Matthew Wilson Matthew Wilson Krasnovich, Dylan Shark, Jonathan Love, G. Barbera, Luke, Simon Strange, Seth, Rain, Lichelo, Gizmo, Cass, Fable McElduff, Ava, Remty Bright, Lonesome Chunk, Sean C., Natasha Lumley, Reflux, Ellie, Jenna Mitchell, Kane Kendrick, Sky Evangeline, Triceratops, Anna Maria, Jordan, Emlyn Aderna, John the Bookworder, SS66 Seeker, and Dane Valerie III. If you'd like to see what we can get for helping us keep it rolling, check out patreon.com/DiceRoll today.
Hey there, Hugh from Podderation here, and if you like today's show, we think you'll love Thanks for Playing. Join Matt and Lucas every week as they explore the wide breadth of the world of video games, talking about their favourites, talking about new releases, talking about old classics, talking about everything that makes video games some of our favourite hobbies out there. If you'd like to learn more, check out our website at podderation.com.